The name Stephanie Jarvis brings to mind images of a grand chateau tucked away in rural France. The appeal of her YouTube channel, the Chateau Diaries, lies in watching this charismatic woman breathe new life into a centuries-old building. But recently, some of her choices have raised a few eyebrows. Behind the charm of the French countryside and the spellbinding scenery, what dark truths does this fairy tale mansion hold? Let's rewind a bit. The Chateau de Lalande became a YouTube sensation seemingly overnight. But the owner of this chateau, Stephanie Jarvis, has another story to tell. In 2005, Jarvis made the decision to purchase the chateau by pooling in her resources with Nick, her best friend. At 29, Jarvis, a former opera singer from London, was ready for a change. She packed her bags, moved to the heart of France, and began a new chapter of her life. But what started as a dream enjoying the romantic French countryside quickly turned into a full-time headache. Managing a massive 16th century property came with endless renovations, astronomical upkeep costs, and mounting responsibilities. For the first 15 years at the chateau, she was making ends meet by renting out some of the rooms, although the profit margins weren't great, and the list of tasks was never ending. But with the complete lockdowns during 2020, Stephanie was left with a struggling business, an almost empty chateau, and a lot of time on her hands. To keep herself busy, she began uploading videos about her daily life on the property to her YouTube channel.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. Welcome to the Chateau de Lalande, and welcome to our first ever entry in Lalande's video diary.
And just like that, the magic happened. As of 2024, Stephanie has turned the chateau into a YouTube sensation with 251K followers, bringing viewers along as she renovates, decorates, and hosts lavish parties. It all feels like a dream, where a woman buys an old French mansion and lovingly restores it while enjoying the company of her family and friends. But if you followed the series closely, particularly since the introduction of Patreon, you might have noticed the cracks in the facade. The renovations are, of course, incredibly expensive, and Stephanie openly asks for financial support from her followers to fund them. This isn't a secret, in fact. It's the very foundation of her Patreon platform. But the more you watch, the more it starts to feel off. Her wardrobe is one of the things which are under the strictest scrutiny. In the video titled, "How to Dress Like Stephanie Jarvis," you get a glimpse of just how lavishly Jarvis spends on clothes. Now, sure, many of the pieces are vintage or thrifted, but the sheer volume is simply astonishing. And yet, she's still asking for money to fix broken pipes, repair leaking roofs, or install heating in rooms that haven't been touched in years. Is all the money she's asking for really going toward the chateau, or are some of her personal indulgences bleeding into the budget? It's not just the clothes. Stephanie travels frequently, and it's often in luxury. In fact, her travels are so extensive that some followers have started to question where to draw the line. Not to mention, she drives around a Porsche while asking for donations to fix her chateau. While it's not a crime to do so, the lifestyle of luxury seems far removed from the supposed financial struggle she is presenting to her viewers. There is no doubt that Stephanie has created a successful online persona, one that has captured the attention of millions worldwide. But is the popularity of Jarvis based on this paradox of her lifestyle? Perhaps the most jarring moment for many came with the passing of her beloved dog, Lancelot. Any pet owner will know how devastating it is to lose an animal, especially at such a young age. Lancelot didn't even make it to his first birthday. And yet, within days of his passing, Stephanie was already moving on, purchasing a new dog nearly identical to the one she lost. It's moments like this that make people stop and ask how genuine she really is. Was Lancelot just another accessory, like a vintage dress or antique porcelain? While her lifestyle choices have long been a subject of disagreement, another tragic accident last year has left the viewers with a bitter aftertaste. By the end of fall, the property's central heating system was still in need of work, and as a result, an additional log burner was installed to make up for the lack of heating. On the rainy day of October 27th, a chimney sweep by the name of Christophe Fay was working on the flue for the log burner when he slipped and fell from the roof. In spite of medical intervention, he tragically lost his life. Fay's passing and Stephanie's subdued response to the tragedy sparked both outrage and sympathy among fans. Some viewers expressed heartfelt condolences to Christophe's family, while others directed their anger at Stephanie, questioning her priorities and how money is being allocated in the chateau's upkeep. All this has left the viewers disillusioned with reality, wondering if the image of family and friends that is portrayed on the channel is even authentic. Or is Jarvis just using them for clout and validation?